What is going on YouTube? Hitler back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. Specifically, today's episode, we are going to continue talking about how this consolidation we are now currently seeing is only just priming ourselves for what is going to be a bigger jump in the cryptocurrencies. Specifically, we're going to see these in probably some of the bigger ones, and it may trickle down into the smaller cryptocurrencies as they seem to be a leading factor in following and almost in sync with Bitcoin and the other cryptos. And when one moves up, all the ones seem to gain some sort of volume and injection of volume. But you can notice right here on a lot of the cryptos now, we're starting to kind of trade a little bit flatline. Nothing to be too worried about. If anything, it is much better that we are starting to consolidate, as we've discussed on the episode before and in Patreon. Only Ethereum and XRP are the only two that are slightly concerning due to the fact that they are still now overbought. But I will discuss a little bit more about this in a second. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This does help out the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial, and let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so before we dive in, like I said, we have 11 days left for the $200 Bitcoin giveaway here on the channel. All you have to do is literally just enter it with a link in the description down below. Sign up. We now have 1,500 people entered in the giveaway, so you got to be in it to win it, and it is completely free. 7 ways to enter, as I say every single day. 7 ways to enter, 11 days left, tons of entries to make up. Do these 3, you'll get 4 more. A ton of you guys have already done it. I've been doing this, I think this is my 3rd giveaway, so you guys have been really responsive to it. So, you know, huge shout out to everybody. This is, you know, in anticipation. We hit 17,000 subscribers. You know, I'm doing the $200 Bitcoin giveaway, so definitely make sure to check it out. Link is in the description down below. Otherwise, moving on to the rest of the video. Yesterday, I made a video saying XRP and Bitcoin are getting ready for another breakout. And ultimately, I want to continue off of that discussion because I do believe we are seeing the same pattern. Now, on the current coin market cap, you'll notice for the most part that the markets are kind of stalling a little bit. You can see that after, I'd say 3 days ago, the markets were pumping up, and then we dropped, and now we're just kind of trading flatline. We're kind of trading sideways. You know, we're sitting in Bitcoin Cash, SV, Litecoin. Some of the other cryptos are slowly teeter-tottering even higher, which is incredible, like Binance Coin now pumping again. But you can see even Bitcoin fell, and it's pretty much just trading sideways. Ethereum and XRP are the only two that are still on an uptrend and still heading to higher levels, which is interesting, and that's what I mentioned in the video this morning. Specifically, I want to show you guys these cryptos. So the reason I believe Litecoin and Bitcoin are in some very good shape right now is due to the fact that it did actually consolidate back down. It did correct a little bit lower and ended up helping us by breaking back down into the relative strength indicators. No longer is it currently overbought. We were extremely overbought before, trading at 83 at a high point, 85 at a high point, and we broke bearish to eventually pull ourselves, or not broke bearish, we corrected ever so slightly to bring ourselves back to some more neutral territory. Now, ultimately, there is still a potential uptrend that is forming on the coin that should ultimately help lift the price to higher levels. We're seeing that on Bitcoin, and even on Litecoin are we able to draw something for the most part, something along the lines like this, where we are starting a new uptrend. It is fairly high up. It is fairly steep of an uptrend, but we are starting to trend higher. Ultimately, we'll probably head back up to those all-time highs that we hit for 2020. Bitcoin being closer to 11,800 and Litecoin being closer to, I would say, $62 to $65. I do believe we are going to slowly consolidate back up to there. And then I do think we are going in anticipation for an even bigger jump and an even bigger rally in price. The only worrying parts are like XRP and Ethereum that have not taken the opportunity to really correct lower. They've just been heading up and up and up. Ultimately, what this means is they are just still in an uptrend heading higher. They have become extremely overbought. They have not corrected down and consolidated lower. So the means and the reason for these coins to potentially see an even bigger drop in their price is due to the fact that they are fairly steep. They're not starting to see consolidation. This one is fairly difficult to draw and extend out on XRP, but the other cryptos for the most part are doing extremely well. You'll notice when I zoom out right now to the weekly, you'll see the reason we're starting to hit consolidation. You'll see the reason where I'm starting to say we're slightly bearish in the fact that these cryptos are hitting resistances on their weekly. And that is another thing we do have to point out. That's another key factor. And I want to compare this with Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Bitcoin's going to sit this one out. So when you look at Ethereum, like I've said multiple times in the past, Ethereum back a couple of months ago, back in April, so about 3 months ago, you'll notice we hit the moving average. This is definitely earlier than the other cryptos did. It is considered foreshadowing to me. I believe this is what is going to happen with the rest of the market, as I believe we're going to hit this, which we did, see the consolidation, and then break in trade in the middle of it. The same thing would apply to XRP, as we have just finally gotten high enough to retest the moving average, which is incredible and which was called for on XRP. But you can see it has now sent us to retesting overbought on the RSI, which is fairly bad news for us heading higher up in a market like this, because hitting two resistances is usually a sign of negative pressure. It's a sign of the bears pushing a lot harder down. So what I do believe is going to happen, or what I do believe is needed, is very similar to what happened with Ethereum. Is we shot up, we hit this, we consolidated, we broke higher. I do think we need the same pattern to happen, to shoot up, to hit this, to consolidate, then break even higher. The problem is the weekly is going to become overbought. Seeing a weekly that is overbought is extremely difficult stuff. We've definitely seen it happen in the past. It can most definitely happen again, but we have to just say we are fairly high up at the moment, and conservatively, I'd say no higher than 60 before I would sell out, because of how much FOMO would fall into the cryptos. So ultimately, I am very, 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 very aware of the fact that we are hitting this resistance. It was an easy call that we would break out of here and shoot all the way up to the moving average, but it is now much more difficult to gauge where exactly it's going to go due to the fact that we are hitting these resistances. The same thing carries on to Litecoin, as Litecoin isn't yet overbought, which is great news, but we are also hitting a resistance on its moving average on the weekly. Weekly resistances are much stronger than daily and 4 hours, so the fact that we're hitting this is a sign that we may see some consolidation and we may see some rejection. Ultimately, we've done it in the past. We've broken through here. It's very possible we could do it again, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got no higher than $84, which is still an incredible price leap, and it is still something that is a huge moneymaker for us. Now, if you guys were interested in learning my trades, all of my trades are on my Patreon. We've had multiple winning trades the past couple of days where we've had quite a bit of profit. So hopefully you guys took advantage of those. To those who have me on Patreon, to those that don't, I would highly recommend signing up, as it is a very, very, very great group. And the more people the more people you surround yourself with that are good traders, and the more people that have the same interest as you, the better and easier it is for you to learn, and the quicker it is for you to make better trades. So all that is linked in the description down below in my Patreon, basically showing you guys how to buy long, how to sell short, how to leverage trade, stop losses, post onlys, everything like that. I specifically use DueDEX, but you're more than welcome to use any other exchange of your preference. But I do believe these coins are primed to go higher. I really do. The problem is we're starting to hit some overbought levels, and that is the only reason why I think consolidation is necessary. The reason I think long-term we're going to be bullish is the bullish cross we had on the Bitcoin weekly, but I do believe short term, maybe no more than a month of just some sort of consolidation or correction lower would be ideal for the coins. But honestly, the way we've been pumping and priming ourselves up for the market, I do believe we're going to hit some sort of rejection very soon, and then I think we're just going to head even higher up. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. So as I start to correct these charts, definitely let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, concerns. Let me know how you made out in this beautiful run of a market we just had. And definitely make sure, if you are new to the channel, to be subscribing, turning on post notifications, leaving a giant thumbs up, as this does help the YouTube algorithm and it helps us rank higher in our videos. And lastly, make sure to check out our DueDEX Crypto TV $200 Bitcoin giveaway. Link in the description. Make sure to sign up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.